As we get more used to things, you can do star jumps in a chair, but it's more like a slide. Slides are less impact, more muscle, because you're not just rebounding, you're actually getting your movements from slides. Forwards and backs, if you can do opposite arm to leg, you'll just feel that that involves the core a bit more, because your core has to stabilise different movements. So with exercise, as long as you can keep it aligned, keep it relevant, don't move around too much at the whole joints, just let those stay stable by working the little stabilising muscles, letting the others do their job. With any sort of strength exercise, as mentioned before, always try and stabilise joints. So on this one, knees and ankles together, so the joints are stabilised, abs are strong, and so you're not leaning forward and losing the work just to a bend. You're keeping the core strong and doing a few things at once in this type of exercise. So with the lower body, always trying to keep it moving too, and it can be as simple as forward and back, moving side to side. One of my favourites is this one, because you get inner thigh, outer thigh, you get your waist working, you get your upper body turning, you get your rotations in. So simple things like that can be really useful. In terms of if hips are getting tight and you want to do a couple of things at once, there's the knee up version of a rotation, where you come up, you're opening your hip, shoulder down, you're getting some blood flow in to all of those muscles. So reset, re-zip, knee up, rotation, and if you feel the sides are different, that's a good thing, because most sides are different. We just have certain favouring patterns that over time we work out and we can improve. So spending that little bit longer on your tighter side can be really useful. With stretches, you can come forward at a chair and lengthen, strengthen that way. You can draw back. There's gentle backwards arches that you can do. You've got to be a little bit more careful with those, because they are loading the body differently to normal daily life. So another way to do things via stretching is just to slowly navel in, get a stretch through your back, navel in, coming up. If you stretch your legs out, more hamstring, more like a Pilates roll, where you come down, navel in one vertebrae at a time, navel in on the way up, one vertebrae at a time. So you're mobilising your joints, using your core, getting all of the good stuff happening for your body. With neck stretches, many ways to do it, but the most important thing is shoulders down. So instead of allowing them to come up, create your anchor first, then gently stretching away from your anchor point. So in some modes, they suggest a different angle. They're all relevant, just depending on where you need it most. So for example, for levator scap, which is the muscle from your shoulder blade up to your neck, you'd get the anchorage with your arm behind your back. Then just sort of look down towards your shoulder, and then just stabilise it a little bit with the other arm and looking down more towards your armpit. So they're all examples of ways to do neck stretches, but bottom line, you want to do it just slowly enough that if you're having a tight day, it'll tell you before it's become irritated. So slowness to avoid the irritation, and then if something does irritate, you just come back to the simple basics, which are always good. Shoulder rolls, shoulder shrugs, navel in, just movement. Might be a shake. So a lot of good things can happen just by shaking some